The Fisherman's Sacrifice, A Tale of Sincerity. A man named Abu Nasr al-Sayyad lived in the grip of crushing poverty with his wife and child. One day, leaving his family at home, starving, weeping, and broken, he wandered out, his heart heavy with grief. On his way, he encountered a scholar named Ahmad ibn Miskin. Seeing him, Abu Nasr poured his heart out. "O Sheikh, I am a man broken by sorrows and weary of my life's burdens." The sheikh replied, "Follow me to the sea." Once there, the sheikh instructed him to offer 2 units of voluntary prayer, nafil. After the prayer, he handed Abu Nasr a net and said, "Cast it into the water in the name of Allah, Bismillah." On his very first cast, Abu Nasr hauled in a magnificent, large fish. The sheikh told him, "Go, sell this fish, and use the money to provide for your family." Abu Nasr sold the fish in the city and bought 2 pastries, 1 savory meat-filled and 1 sweet. He immediately returned to Sheikh Ahmad ibn Miskin and pleaded, "Master, please accept a portion of this meal." The sheikh declined, saying, "Had you cast the net solely for your own stomach, no fish would have been caught. I did this good deed for my own spiritual reward, not for a fee. Take these to your family and feed them." As Abu Nasr walked home with a light heart, he came across a woman trembling with hunger, her son sitting beside her in a state of utter exhaustion. He looked at the food in his hands and thought, "What is the difference between this woman's child and mine? Their suffering is one and the same." He saw the tears in her eyes and could not bear the sight. Bowing his head in humility, he handed her the food and said, "Take this. Eat, and feed your son." A radiant joy transformed the woman's face, and a smile bloomed on her child's lips. A radiant joy transformed the woman's face, and a smile bloomed on her child's lips. Abu Nasr, however, turned away with a heavy heart, wondering how he would face his own hungry family. On his way back, he heard a town crier shouting, "Is there anyone who can lead me to Abu Nasr?" When they met, the man said, "20 years ago, your father left 30,000 dirhams with me as a trust, but he died before telling me what to do with it. I have been searching for you ever since. Today, I have found you. This wealth is yours." Abu Nasr recounts, "I became wealthy in the blink of an eye. My business flourished and I built many homes. I was never stingy with my wealth. I would often give 1,000 dirhams in charity at a time as an act of gratitude. I began to take pride in my own generosity. One night, I dreamt that the day of judgment had dawned. The scales of justice, mizan, were set. A voice called out for me to be brought forward so my deeds could be weighed. My virtues were placed on one side and my sins on the other. To my horror, the side of my sins was heavier. I cried out, 'Where are all the thousands I gave in the path of Allah?' They placed my charities on the scale of virtues. But beneath every bag of 1,000 dirhams, there was the stain of self-interest, the desire for status, and the mask of hypocrisy. This made the charity lighter than wool. My sins still outweighed my good. I wept, fearing there was no escape. Then, the announcer asked, 'Is there anything else left?' An angel replied, 'Yes, there are these 2 pastries he gave away.' When they were placed on the scale, the side of virtues moved, but it was still not enough. The announcer asked again, 'Is there anything more?' The angel replied, 'Yes, the tears of that starving woman. As her tears were placed on the scale, their weight was like a mountain, bringing the virtues level with the sins.' My heart leaped with hope. Finally, the angel said, 'There is still the smile of that child.' Finally, the angel said, 'There is still the smile of that child.' As that smile was placed on the scale, the side of virtues grew heavier and heavier until it completely outweighed my sins. The voice proclaimed, 'This man is saved.' Abu Nasr says, 'I woke up and realized, if I had cast the net for myself, I would have caught nothing, and if I had kept the bread for myself, I would have lost my soul.